Hello everyone and welcome to my bar. My name is Ansel Birch, the Indecisionist, and I will be your dungeon barkeep today. Now, I am no expert mixologist. Heck, I tend bar in a cave, but I have an adventurous spirit and a willingness to try anything once. So, what I've got, instead of a menu or any, proper training or call sheet, is a set of gaming dice and a list of all the ingredients that I happen to have on hand. So what do you say? I will roll those dice to decide what should go into a cocktail, and I'll even try it before I ever recommend it to you. Does that sound fair? Great. Well, let's go ahead and get started then with our first die roll, which is going to be a D4 to choose an essential. This is something that's got to be in any cocktail. So we've got liqueurs, we've got creams, we've got mixers, we got juices, we can even double up on the liqueur or in the liquors. And it looks like we are going with a liqueur or a cream today, or a creme. So let's go ahead and roll on that. We got a D8 for the liqueur or creme, and that's gonna be a 4. We're gonna do Crème de Cocoa today. All right, that's exciting. We're starting with a base of something chocolatey. Sounds delicious. So let's go ahead and move on. Garnish is gonna be chosen by a D6. All right, we got a 5 on that, so we're gonna sugar the rim of a drink that's gonna have Crème de Cocoa in it. Okay, all right. We're doing a dessert drink. Great way to start off. I'm really excited. This is gonna be great. Now we gotta pick a liquor. So we're gonna pick a liquor with a roll of a D10. All right, that is a 4. 4 on the liquor chart is absinthe. So we're doing Crème de Cocoa and absinthe with a sugared rim. Oh, wow, this is just gonna be sweet gasoline. Okay. I'm trying to think what kind of candy is chocolate and licorice that this will be like. Okay, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. And to prove to you that I have a chance of making it work, I'm gonna go ahead and roll a D12 and give myself a little pop quiz on bar terms. All right, I got an 8 on that, and that's free pour. Free pour is not measuring. Frankly, that's what free pour is. It means we're gonna eyeball it. We're gonna give it the old see what happens treatment. And so I will go ahead and free pour this beverage, which is extra dangerous because I'm working with absinthe. So, yep, that's where we are. And the last thing to do is choose a name for this. So let's go ahead and roll a D20. I got a 15 on that one. DM's well-laid plan. Well, as we all know, the DM's well-laid plan is always going to go awry, and I suspect that this will do exactly that. So all that's left is to go ahead and put this whole thing together. So let's head on over to the bar top cam and see what I can do. I think we're going to go ahead and build this in a shaker. I'm going to use a cobbler shaker for this one. Throw in a few D6 of cold damage. And we'll just start off, I guess. We're going to add in a healthy dose of Crème de Cocoa because that is going to be our primary flavor in this. So we're going to go ahead and do a full 2-ounce pour of Crème de Cocoa. In you go. Now we're just going to do... Oh, I was supposed to not measure. All right, I'm not allowed to measure from here on. All right, we're just going to do a splash of absinthe. Just a little bit, just enough to know it's there. Absinthe, a little bit goes a long way. And I'm actually going to make an executive decision to add just a little bit of Cointreau to give this a fighting chance at being something like a chocolate orange kind of flavor. I'm doing that also partially because I need to cut into an orange for use as a garnish to assist in rimming the glass for this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a section out of this orange. Nice juicy orange, man. Picked the right one. All right. So I've got a nice orange segment here. And I'm going to cut a slice down the middle of it so that that's pre-prepared. The drink is all prepped, so now we're just going to prep our glass. Run this along the side here. Make sure we get lots of moisture on the outside of the glass from our orange. Come on. All right. And now we're going to rim this glass with sugar. There we go. Nicely rimmed. All that's left is to give this a shake and pour it. All right. Pop the top on that. Give it a pour. In hindsight, I probably wanted to serve this in a coupe. But here we are. But how does it taste? In a word, confectionery. This absolutely tastes like an old world candy that you would buy by the scoop out of like a big bin that children have been digging their hands in all day. But you eat it anyway because it's delicious. It's got like a root beer barrel sort of thing going on, which is interesting. I think it's the like the ingredients that go into absinthe are, you know, wormwood. Typically, I don't think there's any wormwood in the absinthe I have. Anise, but also other like herbal elements are going in there. It's, you know, it's part of the whole like Besque family of liquors. And so there's a lot of different like vegetable material, you know, different plants. Let's see, I don't know what the back of this says. Aromatic plants and herbs is all the bottle says. But I think that that's contributing to that like root beer sort of effect that I'm getting out of here. That combined with the added sweetness of the sugared rim, the little bit of like citrus that's coming in from the Cointreau, and obviously the Crème de Cocoa adding that like chocolatey, dark caramel note, is really coming together to create this like, again, very confectionery sort of effect. It's not bad. By any stretch of the imagination. It's definitely very sweet. This is a dessert drink. You'd serve this with like ice cream, probably. I feel like this would go well with like a scoop of like vanilla ice cream, something kind of boring and flat. Maybe a cheesecake. This could be good with a cheesecake. But yeah, absolutely delicious. I'm not going to lie. And much like the DM's best laid plans, it's great even when it goes horribly off the rails. So I gotta say, this is a total victory. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. I thought this would be a little bit one note and kind of like meh, but this is really good. It's got layers to it. It's not balanced by any stretch of the imagination, but the flavors within it balance one another. So it's balanced in that regard. And yeah, all things considered, I think this is a really solid drink. Where would it go in a campaign, though? That is gonna be a challenge with this one, because I think that the sweetness of this almost gives me either festival vibes, like this is something that's consumed around a really important holiday in your world. Maybe this is the traditional drink that people have on, whatever the analog for a winter solstice party is, and so they're drinking the sweet liqueur of the summer in preparation for the cold bite of winter, or possibly the other way around. Maybe they're drinking the sweet anise and the last of your winter stores before the summer harvest comes in, or begins. Something like that. Something that's got this like tradition and festival and deep background behind it. Alternatively, this is something that you're drinking. I don't know, almost as like a counterpoint to a situation. I think maybe you go into the villain's lair, and the villain is a mustache twirling Dudley Snidely Whiplash sort of fellow. Obviously evil. Everything about them is evil, but they've got really nice things. And when you sit down, they offer you a drink, and everyone gets a snifter or a coupe full of this thick, syrupy, cloying beverage that really overdoes the villain's attempt to trick you into a deal, or can get you to see their side of things. Not only is it alcohol, but it's very sweet, and how could I be doing something mean to you when I'm offering you something so very sweet? I don't know why, but the Hedley Lamar from Blazing Saddles comes to mind for some reason. Anyway, I really like this. I think this is a really solid drink. I think you could work it into a campaign in a lot of ways. And honestly, I think the more I can advocate for having local festivals, holidays, observances in your world, the more success you're going to see. If there's one thing I've learned from my own experiences and sharing in some of the actual play experiences that I've enjoyed through Campaign, the podcast, and One Shot, the podcast, it's that festivals really do make not only a great opportunity for a lot of things to be happening, but also a great way to celebrate the world that you've created, celebrate the village or town that you've spent all this time writing a backstory for. I think that festivals are a really good introduction to some world building, as well as giving you an opportunity to showcase what's important about the people of this town. So I'm going to go with my first instinct on this one. I think that this is the beverage that you would serve at a local festival, at the turning of the seasons, and that's why it's got all these sort of complex old world flavors, is really sweet, and as a result has this sort of acquired taste almost to it, where it's this is not the sort of thing you would make when you were out making cocktails trying to get drunk. This is something you would make and then go, ooh, I don't know if I want that, until it's been a few years during the annual solstice celebration. Then of course, you plan ahead. You're like, okay, well, we're all gonna have this drink after dinner during the cheesecake. It's gonna be delicious. Everybody's prepared for it. We know what to expect. I think that's where this fits into a story, as well as where it fits into a campaign. So, the DM's best laid plans. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I really like it. Speaking of the DM's best laid plans, if you are watching this on release day or thereabouts, there is still time to sign up for TTRPG Pickup Con 23. That's right, we've been doing 23 of these. It's an amazing opportunity to try out new RPG games, to meet new players, to meet new DMs, and we've got a bunch of amazing, lesser-known games floating out around for you to try out this month. So definitely take the opportunity. If you are a TTRPG player or you want to be, this is a great opportunity to, once again, try out a bunch of new games, even if you've never played before. And that's at ttrpgpickupcon.com, and the link is in the doobly-doo down below. Thank you all so much. Drink adventurously. Yeah.